Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It. We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I am Kevin Mumphrey once again, and this is Fuck It, We'll Fix It in Post. I have my colleagues with me, Carson Hype Ferguson, and Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
So today we're talking to two actors of the film Balling, Bars, and Bricks, Tom Ski and Antwon Burchett. How are y'all doing today?
All right.
Good, man. I'm good.
Blessed. Super blessed.
I'm going to start with you, Antwon. Like, where did your journey in film begin?
My journey in film began, I would say, roughly 5 years ago. I don't know. I was just rolling the dice on something. I seen a TV show that was being recorded down here on NBC. And I just applied for it. And when I did, they gave me a part as they cast me as an extra, a person that's just sitting in the jury, you know what I'm saying, like that. But when I got in the place, when I actually seen what was going on behind the scenes and, all the actors and actresses and, the directors and, you know what I'm saying, the cameras, it was just like, this is where I wanted to be. That's what I said in my mind. I said, man, this is where I need to be right here. Because since I was young, I probably was like 7 years old. My sister used to model for John Casablanca back in the day. I don't know if y'all familiar with that modeling age.
That sounds expensive.
It was one of those top tier modeling agencies back in the day, like in the Star Search days. You know what I'm saying? Like back then.
Yeah.
And, I went there with her one day, and they was actually interested in me being a model, but by me being young, that back then I was like, no, modeling for girls. I don't want to do that. I want to be an actor, man. You know what I'm saying? So I actually should have went on and, did modeling because, modeling and acting kind of go hand in hand a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I actually should have did that, but, my parents was the type of parents, they was going to let me, explore and experience whatever I wanted. They want the type to, force me to do anything.
Now, Mr. Ski, where did your journey begin?
Man, my journey began probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Like, I've been a movie buff all my life, man, so I've always quoted different parts of movies. So a buddy of mine was shooting a movie. He was like, man, you want to get in this movie? I was like, bro, yes. Like, are you serious? Like, this is what I've been wanting to do. I had my ex-wife that told me at one time, she's like, you're not going to be a good actor. You shouldn't act. And it kind of deterred me from doing it, so I didn't do it. So when bro came back and said, hey, man, you want to, he said, I got a role for you in this movie. He said, would you do it? I was like, yeah. And from there, it's just been rolling.
All right, so and I'll go back to Antwon. So, like, when you were younger, what type of films were you watching?
I was more into, my mom watched a lot of movies. I was that kid that, I was a mama's boy, so whatever my mom.
You watched what mama watched.
My mama was into, I was into. So she would, but we was like into like horror films and action films was the number one, but it was like action, horror, then comedy, and then drama. You know what I'm saying? Like Lifetime movies, if you would.
Oh, you was watching Lifetime?
I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot.
I watch Lifetime with mama to this day. I be like, damn, who died this
I can't get away from her quick enough.
See, you see, take notes.
You're a real one.
I take notes.
You told me to take notes. I had to.
Man. It's always somebody that went crazy.
Oh, yeah, who in trouble this time?
In reference to what Ski said, what Big Sco said, I've been a movie buff all my life too, like quoting quoting different, you know what I'm saying, different scenes and my favorite movies and stuff like that too. So yeah. And actually, hey
So
Ski, you remember that when we first met, I first met Tom Ski Mask. We was filming this movie, Ski. I don't know if you remember it, but it was called Memphis Underground. That's what it was called.
Yeah,
You remember that?
yeah.
Shout out to
Hmm.
Lucky, man. Shout out to my boy Lucky, man.
You know what? That ups my ante on the movies. That's
Yeah,
4 because I forgot about
yeah,
that movie.
yeah, yeah.
you know you've been working when you forget some of the work you've done.
But
Exactly.
I'm the type of person,
Yeah.
man. I hoard my my most precious memories. You know what I'm saying? And that was like a big deal for me, man. You know what I'm saying? To meet Tom Ski Mask, you know what I'm saying? A legend in the game. You know, I grew up listening to him from the mound, of course, you know what I'm saying? You know. So,
Say,
you know, he wanted the legends on my playlist. You feel me? Always been. From him, Ball and G, 3-6, you know what I'm saying? He in that category to me, in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? So I was more, starstruck. And then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's my boy.
So did music, both of you guys are artists. Did music, doing your music, did the movies influence your music as far as when you started and how you did things?
I'm gonna let
for me,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna let Ski go first.
For me, yeah. Music has always been like the the Batman, like the Robin to the Batman when it comes to movies and music. It plays hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So you think about it, most of the time when we shoot videos, we're actually acting in the videos. We're not really going saying all of that just like we're performing. We're just really actually just
You're right.
talking it and we're acting the scenes out. So it gives you that vibe, like, okay, if I can shoot this video pretty good, oh, I know I can go over here and I can do some acting, but you have to take it serious. A lot of people that do music don't take acting serious. I do. So that's the difference.
I do as well too. From me growing up listening to Pac and Tupac, and seeing what he was doing as far as musically and as well as acting. Like that really inspired me. Like I was like, man, I can. I was always the type of cat. Like I never hated on nobody that was doing more than me. I was always the type of person that, like, man, if you can do it, man, I can do that too. You know what I'm saying? So I was
Right.
always I was always inspired by other people's success. You know what I mean?
Okay, now you brought up Tupac. I think that's interesting. Like, especially like back in the 90s, you see like Will Smith, who's an artist who rapped, LL Cool J, but
Yep.
the ultimate name that's brought up as far as like artists and acting, Tupac's name is always brought up, and you both can kind of chime in on this. What do you think about Tupac that just made just this? He just kind of that's went well on the screen, and it seemed to be like motivating for a lot of young artists and
I'm gonna
musicians.
say my opinion. I'm gonna say because no matter what role that Tupac played, he was a gangster or a police officer or something like that, somebody that was in love, like Poetic Justice. Uh, they always gave him room to be himself. That's why I feel like he was so successful in behind the camera. I mean, in front of the camera as well, in front of the mic, because not only was he, because even in music, we don't always talk about what we've been through. It's either what we've been through or what we seen. You feel me? So yeah,
Right.
so I feel like that's why he reached the top of his acting career as well as his music, because he had the ability and he had the room to just, man, be you. And that's why I feel like today's actors like Michael B. Jordan, he's so good because he being him. He playing a role, but he's still putting his his characteristics in the character as well. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to master. You know what I mean?
Ski, what do you think?
Sir?
Pac was who Pac was. You know, you got what you got from Tupac. Music wise, you got him emotional, mentally. You just knew who he was when you heard his music. And he transitioned that into movies. So when you seen certain movies, he already knew, oh, I've been through this, so I know how to play this role. Or I've been here, so I know how to love this person and show this person this. So it was easy for him to transition to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So was it easy for y'all to transition into the music and the acting?
Me, it was because I'm goofy as hell. So, you know, I'm just silly. So whenever time we go out, like I'm always trying to have fun.
Right.
Whether it's with music, with the videos, with movies, you just gotta have fun. Relax and have fun.
Besides,
Whatever comes up, comes up.
And besides, when you love something, you know what I'm saying? It's like like a person. When you in love with a person, or when you in love with something, like you put your all into it anyway. It's fun anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, since both of y'all are musicians of sorts, something I wanted to ask the musician about. Now, when it comes to like having their music in the film, is that something that would be of interest to you all?
Yeah.
Yes. I would love to have music in
most
film.
definitely. Like,
And reason being because you get an opportunity for people to hear you as an artist as far as music, and then they get to see you as an artist, as an actor. So they get to come in both of your worlds. Like this is your world that you're transpiring from one to the next, and they get to see it and feel it.
Right.
Now, Skip, I'm kind of lean on you for this one because now, like in the '90s, and you can correct me if I'm kind of wrong on this because I was a lot younger then. So it would seem like if an artist were to put their music in like a television show or in a film or something, it kind of came off as, I guess, kind of corny, maybe.
Not if it was on that soundtrack.
Well, no,
Hey.
I'm not meaning the soundtrack. No,
The soundtrack was fire.
no, not the soundtrack. But like in the film itself, or it was playing in the TV show itself, or even like a marketing ad.
Like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the old Fresh Prince.
No, probably more like MC Hammer, because people treated him like he was corny.
Well, I guess yeah, but I'm thinking like if your music was played like on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, or even like I'm really going
a different world or something
different
like that.
world, or even like Friends. I don't know why it would be, but
Living Cola.
Living.
No, but you got to think those were cultural like centers though. Like people looked at those shows like, hey, this is like the cutting edge,
right?
So like if you was there, you would probably like, hey, you the man.
You said
if you made it there.
Or like a commercial or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day.
Now, if you was on a McDonald's commercial, I don't know, you might not get that same look.
That
hey, shout out to Pusha T.
That's a universal language right there.
Hey, shout out to Pusha T.
Say that. Stand in the middle of the mall and go ba. Watch everybody say, "I'm loving it."
Hey,
I promise you.
Allegedly, Pusha T wrote that.
Yes, he did that.
Yeah, he
did.
did.
The Arby's commercial. Got
Oh, for real? I didn't know that. Wow.
Let's be perfectly honest. It may be corny to some people, but when you get to writing jingles for McDonald's, Arby's, Wendy's, all of these fast food restaurants, what do you see on TV every day? Commercials for fast food.
That man said he put numbers on the board.
Numbers. Checks. Big numbers.
Hey, for real.
And then those royalty checks too.
Exactly.
And they gonna replay that stuff all the time.
Them don't stop.
All the time.
They keep spinning like the rims, right?
One commercial. How many times
Yes,
one
sir.
commercial play on the same channel all day? I say about a lot.
A lot.
Man, I can't even count that because
especially when McDonald's bring the McGrill back.
I ain't gonna care about no McRib.
No. Yeah, but they gotta market it though.
McDonald's was my
Nobody care
first
about
job,
no
and I ain't like
McRib.
McRib.
And they slather it full of sauce with that pressed meat.
Lord,
Terrible.
terrible.
Straight, man.
Terrible.
The McRib. Man.
Oh my goodness. So guys, let's talk about y'all first ever acting role and how that went for y'all.
My first acting role, I was nervous.
So what role did you play in the film?
What movie was that? Y'all making me think now.
Yeah, we do that a time or two.
Actually, when I did this movie called 38114, like every movie I've done, I'm always nervous. I'm always nervous because I don't know. For me, I'm a perfectionist to a degree. And I just I want it to be right, but I also want people to enjoy the fact of what I'm doing to make sure that I'm doing something right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I get those butterflies and I just be like, oh, and I go over the lines. And then when we get there and it's time to do it and I feel like I didn't do it right, I'm like, can we shoot it again? They're like, no, man, that was perfect.
I'm like that too. I get that a lot as well.
I know I can do it again.
Because
but then I just start relaxing and just let it go. And then it's just like, it come out good.
But you always bring like yourself to the role, right? You always bring like a small part of your personality to the role. And that's really what directors look for. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you're gonna, dive into that character, but they always want a little bit of you in the character type thing.
Yeah, my first acting experience was this TV show that's on Amazon Prime right now called Down Bad with Jaron Lockridge as the director. And yeah, I was nervous because I haven't got to that point to where like I know I got it. Like, yeah, man, I know I got this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always questioning, and then that's with my music as well. I throw away more songs than I record because, like Ski said, I'm a perfectionist, and I like it to be right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can even overthink sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I can even overthink it sometimes, but when it's done or when the director say, all right, cut, I'll be like, did I do good? Was that straight? They be like, yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect. That was like Flo. That's perfect. That's perfect. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I haven't got to that point, but I'm working on it though. Like I'm getting more and more confident. Like as I go on and as I keep working, I get more and more comfortable and and as far as like any character that I get, like I do try to put a piece of me inside of their character as well, because I actually this Ball and Bars and Bricks film, I'm playing 17-year-old, and I was, let me tell y'all, let me just tell y'all about this for a minute. When
Please do.
I'm 36.
But first of all, how old are you?
Right.
Oh, goddamn.
Right.
Okay.
What? Really?
I just wasn't expecting 36. Like, I'm 39. So it's like, I can't play a 17-year-old. So
in a long time.
So
Black don't crack at all.
Man.
Whoa, and they say black don't crack.
I actually auditioned to be a police officer, Officer Whitaker, as a matter of fact. But when Flo called me back and she was like, "Hey, you want to play? You want to be the lead?" And I'm like, "Cool." Like I instantly got instant butterflies because I've never led in the film ever, never. Like I was either an extra or a supporting actor. You know what I'm saying? I've never led, so I was like, "Oh shit!" Like this my time to shine, but. At the same time, when she told me what character I was playing, she was like, "Yeah, you playing a 17-year-old." I'm like, "What?" I said, Flo, do you know how many years it's been since I've been 17? I can't even remember how long ago that was. You know what I'm saying? I said, Flo, I haven't been 17 in a long time. You think I can really pull it off? She was like, man, I think you got it, man. I think you can do it. I think you can do it. And when she told me that she think I can do it, now me and Flo, we met. She was doing behind the scenes at Down Bad. That's how I met Flo. So when she told me that, I was honored and I was scared at the same time. And I was like, damn, like, could I really do this? And so I went and shaved all my facial hair off. You know, I even went back and looked at a picture when I was 17. And I was like, oh, okay, this is how I look when I was 17. So, you know what I'm saying, man?
You had to go back and remember, huh?
I was going to say, how did you research being 17?
The only thing I could say was I know when I was in school, I was very charismatic. You know what I'm saying? I was a class clown. You know, I wanted all the women. You know what I'm saying? Like that was me. So I just went back to that time. You know what I'm saying? And hey, we pulled it off. We pulled it off.
So you just basically like kind of brought back your 17-year-old self to this role.
And I just went back. Went back in time, you know what I'm saying? But boy. No,
man, I know for me that'd be real hard, man, to tap back in maturity.
That was the easy part. Let me tell you what the hard part was. The hard part was the athletic side of the character. I had to play.
So what stuff you had to do?
So one of those. Man,
you had to do some stretches before
20 years. 20 years, man. One day we was at the gym for 12 hours straight, man. I was playing ball for 12 hours. Man, I woke up and had to film the next day. Man, when I woke up the next day, my knees were shot. Do you hear me?
Oh my goodness.
Man,
we're going to have to get these Euro steps.
Unc need a walker. Unc need a
Hey, look, my man had them Patrick Ewing.
I'm talking about all my artists dropped out my man.
Hey, can I get a stunt double for this?
Man, but man, we had a lot of fun, man. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot of blood. It was a lot of sweat, tears, man, attitudes, man. But when it was all said and done, it was like a family. Like that's the best thing that I cherish about that moment, because us coming together, you know what I'm saying. Even we ran into some problems, we argued. Me and Flo got to arguing real bad one time. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, man, that's big sis, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my sister, man. Anything she need, I got her. Same thing with Ski, man. That's big bro. You know what I'm saying? But you already know, we already established that years ago. You know what I'm saying? I was just surprised to see you again. Like, damn, this my nigga. Oh shit, we get this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else that I met. You know what I'm saying? New faces that I met, man. Like, I'm very fortunate, man, to have these phenomenal people in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Chasing the same dream that I'm chasing, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm good. I'm good with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with them. You know?
Right. So, Sko, talk about your character in the film.
Well, hey, you know, I'm the man, the myth, the legend in the film, you know.
Okay.
No, real talk though. Big Stove. Big
Hey,
Stove is
that's a great way to do it right there.
Hey, you know, you gotta ease it in a little bit, you know. But now, like Big Skull, I go to the game and see him playing ball. No, I go to a concert and he raps. And me, I own my own label. So, you know, by me being a CEO, I'm like, okay, I think this cat got it. You know what I'm saying? Let me go holler at him and put him down with the team.
That's what's up.
So, you know, from the whole thing of it is nobody really knows that he raps, but I'm the one that putting him in the game and we going over here and he kicking up dust and, you know, having fun with it. But he got a little squad, but the squad mad because I chose him and didn't choose this other guy that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Right.
So, there any like Suge Knight like scenes you got on there?
Well, you know, you just have to watch the movie. I can't tell you everything.
Right. You probably can play Suge Knight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I probably could. I probably could.
But like not
Look
Suge Knight, not Suge like in the last 5 years though, like 90s Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause I'm not getting beat up and put in jail for nobody.
That's not a good look.
Hey, Suge afternoon.
Boy, you see.
Suge afternoon.
He said he want a little Suge Abe repeat.
Like, wait, what time you? Oh no, this is the wrong Suge. Nah, I don't need that one. Yeah, take that. Yeah, you keep that script. I don't need to do that.
Man,
Oh my goodness.
I'll voice the trailer for it. That's it.
Well, I portray Cody Hendricks.
That's what. Tell us about your character.
Cody Hendricks is a 17-year-old basketball player, basketball star, hoop for Eastside High, Fair Eastside. Yeah. I hoop for Eastside High. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking it, but I ain't
thinking. Man, I'm like the popular one. You know what I'm saying? I'm the cool guy that, you know what I'm saying, everybody. Yeah, I'm the cool guy that everybody want to be around, and you know, everybody love being around.
Ladies man.
Like Sco said, I got it's three other members in my group called the No Cap Squad. That's the clique, you know. My father, he played basketball. No. I take that back. My father did music. And I really don't want to tell the story. I really don't want to tell the story. But as far as my character,
you ain't got to tell the story. We just
I got 2 girlfriends in the movie. I got 2 girlfriends.
Of course you do.
He like Young Dro over there.
Go make it happen. Like, once I met him, it was like, man, shit, damn, some basketball, man. I want to do this. You know what I'm saying? I like this life right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I want to do. But you know, I go through some things. You know what I'm saying? I have some family issues. Me and my mother, we have a relationship. Like, I respect my mother. Like, you know, my mama law. You know what I'm saying? We grew up kind of rough. You know what I'm saying? So she the type of mother that let me express myself, even though she didn't do cussing and stuff in the house. You know what I'm saying? I was that kid that I only cursed around my mama when I was mad. You know what I'm saying? And she'd be like, stop cussing, Cody. You know, oh, my bad, mama. You know what I'm saying? I'm that, you know, I'm that type of character. But you know, we go through some things, and you know what I'm saying, and we earn them out, and you know, man, y'all just gonna have to, man, check it out. It's a real.
We gonna take a look at it. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a good movie, I promise you.
You know, I was on set for one of the one of the
Appreciate you.
tapings, and it was everybody did a good job. I'm just saying,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Everybody did a good job, and so
Yeah.
talking to Flo and everything else, I know that it's gonna be fantastic.
I appreciate it.
Like y'all did a good job from what I saw.
Can't wait to see
You
it
know what I'm saying?
myself.
On that
Even
day,
though I'm in it,
y'all did a
I can't wait
fantastic
to see
job.
it.
You
You
know
know
what I'm saying?
Like,
So, yeah,
right.
Like,
right,
I want to sit down and watch it as a whole.
So
right.
y'all not nervous about watching yourselves on film?
Nah, I'm not, because I
Mhm.
like I said, I did this movie called 38114, and I watched that. I'm always a critique. Like, I will sit there and watch movies and be like, ooh, I can learn this and do this and
Mhm.
this. Next movie I'm in, or oh, they should have said this, or they should have did this. I'm just a critique to myself, but I also critique other movies that I watch. People like, oh, that movie was trash. Like, did you not see this part of the movie? Like, did you not
As far as
understand
me,
this? Like, that
as
movie
far
was
as me,
gold. Like, nah, man. Okay.
nah, I look at it.
Nothing
I
to
look
argue.
at it like as an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Like I told my mama, I was having a conversation with my mother the other day, and I was like, "Ma, you already know, like everything every situation I put myself into, like I try to over exceed my expectations. Like I try to be the best at what I do. You know what I'm saying? I put it like this. Me at this point right now, where I'm at with it now,
Right.
Right.
man, I'm proud of myself, man. I feel accomplished because I feel like that I actually accomplished something that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So seeing myself on TV, it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm proud. I'm proud of it.
Right.
So I want to hit. We have like an applause button. I want to hit it.
Hey,
The problem is I'm not sure which one is the applause button.
you know,
So I'm going to hit a button. So if it's a weird sound, I apologize. But it's supposed to be an applause. Okay, we got it.
oh, look at
We got
that.
We got
Look
it.
and yeah, y'all cheering him because
We gonna look,
usually
we
he will
we
hit
gonna
the
need you
wrong
over here
button.
That
on
would be
some
that one.
masking
That would.
tape
And then I'd have to give out a.
and right on that.
Hey,
I know, right?
Applause.
Hey, look, he could just try the buttons out before he
Right.
recorded, and
But see,
you know. I mean,
I don't-
that is a technique too.
right.
I don't always have a reason to hit that button. It's like every time I hear something, I'm like, damn, which one is it again?
Oh no.
Right. Right.
It can be that, or it can be incredibly weird, like that.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know,
stop hitting buttons, man.
I wanted to know what that was.
So he just had to know.
I just like my mind was very like I was staring at that one for about a few seconds, so I had to do something.
And me, I'm the inappropriate one.
Oh, you're incredibly inappropriate.
Well,
I'm
those are
just bad at
buttons.
pushing buttons.
He pushing buttons. Things just come out of your mouth.
That makes me think we're going to hell. Like so,
Hey, I'm gonna drive the bus, so y'all just jump on.
Man.
so,
I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm driving the bus. Just come on.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you. And I be trying to act good. That's the whole thing. I be trying to. But then there's just somebody.
Don't put me in there.
And I ain't gonna say you. I'm just saying there's
Don't put me-
always somebody
don't
who
put me
just
in there.
always just says the wrong thing
I'm
in
just
my
a brother who
mind.
asks
Just go there.
questions, so it's not me.
So you just egging it on though.
I did not.
You know what that sound like? It's somebody else's fault.
Sounds like that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me too. That's what it. Now, like, because y'all have y'all day-to-day lives, and especially you, Antwon, you're leader of film, but you've got other things going on in your life as well. So how did you kind of like, as far as time management, how do you go about filming and then taking care of your other responsibilities
And doing music.
I know y'all familiar with the term "if there's a will, there's a way." Yeah, I applied it to my life because my schedule is so crazy. By having a newborn son, having two other teenagers. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, congratulations,
man! you know, and then I got my fiance
God
and
help you.
her daughter, my other daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
So
goodness.
then I got a lot going on. Yes, I do.
Man, you got a lot going on. Like I was.
You know what?
So how do you find time? Like
You know what?
I know it's
VA?
dark now and you
I
headed to
have
the
no clue.
studio after you do this, but I'm just saying, like, how do you find time?
I honestly, sincerely do not know. it just.
I appreciate your honesty.
Hey, listen, I feel you.
You could have given us a BS
Right,
answer.
you
Like,
could have given us a real BS answer, but
you know, we just molecule into life, and we just put the things in their proper place. Oh, you could have really bullshitted that answer.
No.
Like, yeah, I'm just as surprised as y'all.
What about you, Sco?
Well,
see, when you
my shit is easy. Cause
you got the studio at that. Man, I need to be over there.
Look, first of all, I got my studio at the house. So,
I need to be over there, Sco.
No motherfucker when it comes to me. Right here. As you see the microphone behind me, I'm good. But no, like I have 4 kids, 2 grandbabies that I just got this year. My job, I work Monday through Thursday, so I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Uh-oh.
So I'm able to balance a lot of things.
Right.
Now, this basketball season, I gotta hurry up and finish this movie because I said and I made a vow I'm gonna make every Grizzly home game. So far I have made it. So we got to film on that day. I'm gonna have to make an excuse. But no, most of the times, like I get off at 4:30, so like I'm.
See, that's the thing.
Anything
that's
at night
it.
or on the weekends,
He
I'm
just said
good.
it right then and there.
And all my kids are grown. Now my grandbabies. See, my grandbabies are newly acquired. I have one getting ready to be 8 months, and one is 3 months. So and they both girls. So they already stole my heart.
Oh yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying. And my
So,
work, they go to their mama.
So tell us about how it was or is, because y'all have a scene that y'all are doing actually this Friday at the club scene. But tell us how it has been working with Director Flo and Network.
Family and Network.
Go ahead. I'll let you go first.
It's actually cousins of one of my neighborhood one of my neighborhood OGs, like one of the guys that I was fortunate enough to meet when I was growing up, had a good head on his shoulders, did what he did in the streets, but he was always that cat to be like, hey man, you ain't got to do it this way. You can always do it that way, but if you want to do it this way, I'm gonna show you how to do it right. He was one of those. He was one of those type of OGs, and when I met Network, I was like, man, me and he was chopping it up, and he was like, you from the mound? I was like, yeah. He was like, what street you on? You grew up on? I'm like, Haynes Street. He like, man, my cousin, my cousin Head. I'm like, that's your cousin. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, it was on from then on out. It was on from then on out, man. Flo, like I said, that's big sis right there, man. That's big sis. We had already met prior to this film, so we had already knew each other's personalities and you know what I'm saying, work ethic, and what we want to do and what we striving for. So it was easy, man. It was easy. It was easy. And plus she a lot like Jaren. No, she didn't. She told us, we had the script, of course, but she was like, she wanted us to be us. You know what I'm saying? Don't think too hard. You know what I'm saying? Don't think too hard on the character, but don't improv too much neither. You know what I'm saying? Like stay right there in the middle. And when she broke it down to me like that, it was easy. It was easy. Yep.
Let's go.
Well,
yeah.
it's funny because I met Flo doing music. Actually, like she used to have a studio over there in Cherokee.
Yeah.
So I used to pop up over at studio. Me, her, and this other guy, we were mutual friends. So I knew her from that. Then I lost contact with Flo. So, it was just like, I hope she all right. I hadn't seen her in a while, So then me and Network actually in a movie together called 38114. We was in that movie together, and he was in one of my videos. So I know him from the neighborhood. So just linking up with them was like easy. So Network was like, man, hey, Flo got this movie she doing called Ballers, Bars, and Bricks. He said, you the first person I thought of. I was like, wow. And he was like, man, I'm going to tell Flo to call. I'm going to have Flo call you.
See, Flo always.
Me and Flo got on the phone. I was like, I'm ready. She's like, okay, it's done. And it was history there.
If you with what she with, man, she with.
I
swear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most definitely. Yeah, that's just the type of person she is. You know what I'm saying?
Because I can't wait to finish this scene. As soon as we finish this scene, this bitch here coming off. I'm so sick of this fucking beard. I don't know what to do.
Is it itching? Is it itching you real bad?
No, bro. You see all these different colors. I had to dye this bitch black too many times. This motherfucker gray, red, and brown.
Oh.
I am not a Skittle, bro. I swear to God, I am not a Skittle. Yeah, you know what I'm telling you.
As soon as they say it's a wrap.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about I'm taking the clippers to the scene. When we get done, I'm right there.
Hey,
y'all sure? I'm like, y'all sure? Y'all
Hey,
sure?
make sure you have some clippers on set. You know what I'm saying? Because when they yell, that's a wrap.
Oh, I'm bringing my own. I'm bringing my own. Oh, we done.
Now you
good.
Gotta get
and they hit you back the next week. Hey, we may need to read. Hey, well, y'all.
It's over. It's a wrap.
We gonna have the ADR.
Yeah, wait.
Oh,
so that may actually be worse.
Yeah, because you got to do a whole bunch of that. So, what was like the craziest thing or the coolest thing that's ever happened on set so far for both of y'all?
The coolest and craziest thing is when we first shot. When we was in the University of Tennessee building. That was cool. It was crazy and cool because we all sitting there and everybody like, okay, that's all we got done.
So
wait, what?
That was the crazy part because we supposed to got so much done in there and we only got one scene done.
Wow.
You remember that, Cody?
Wow.
You remember that? It was cool because we was all up there tripping and having a good time. We was in that motherfucker probably 12 hours and did one fucking thing, but it was fun.
Yep.
It was fun as hell because we was all getting to know each other.
Right.
And that's when you knew it was a family-orientated thing right then and there.
Right.
So you would say that day kind of like as far as like the whole entire cast, it just kind of got y'all.
Yeah, that was
they kind of like solid that bond.
Like we actually bonded and vibe. It was a vibe. It was a vibe that whole day.
Well, I guess like there's one aspect, the production side. Like I'm imagining Flo was very pissed about this, but it having everyone together, creating that bond, it creates better scenes and people are more comfortable, kind of going off of one another. So it's better for the movie, but. I know that at the end of the day, she had to be like, we only got one scene done.
Listen, let me tell you. As a director, it is very hard when you only get one scene done and you had like 5 planned for the day, for the whole day.
This game, when you in this game for a while, you understand,
right?
You realize that will come with it. That will come with it, because you might one day you might be doing a scene that you want the sun to be out, and
Right.
how this Memphis weather get down, it'll say, yeah, Thursday it'll say it's supposed to be 90 degrees with no chances of rain, but come Friday, shit, it's raining like a motherfucker.
Psych.
Right now, so we won't.
My.
Right.
It's what you
Now
call
so
bipolar weather.
that we won't
That's
lose
what we
the
get.
whole day.
It's called It's called you'll get what the fuck I get. That's what
like
it's
do another scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you can't do scene 23 right now, so we gonna jump back to scene 15 and go and get that out the way. So it was like it wasn't
Right.
a standstill. Like when we ran into problems, it wasn't a standstill. Like we did other things to make up for that time. Yeah. But that will come. That will come. Yeah, we made it work.
Right.
Oh yeah, it was a very.
Y'all made it work.
Oh,
Y'all made it work. Cause I'd have been stressed out. I'd have been stressed the fuck.
Well, because you got to think about it. The first time we all met, nobody knew anybody. Yep. I may have knew 3-4 people in there, but out of those, we had about 15 to 17 people. We got to get to know everybody in there and remember people's names, and you looking like.
Yeah, that's why me and the No Cap Squad, we
for a minute you like, ain't you
and those guys, man, those guys and girl is much younger than me. They 10 plus years younger than me. So it's like off camera, I'm Unc. You know what I'm saying? I'm Unc all day. OG, double OG. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's like when on camera, me and Will arguing, and you know what I'm saying? I'm slapping rock.
On camera, you 17.
You know what I'm saying? TikTok still trying to get me high. I don't smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. but man, at the end of it.
So was this dynamic? Was this character of you playing a 17-year-old was it different from you as 17, or was it similar to
what I'm saying? Like
your 17-year-old self?
When I accepted that role, I actually jumped in a time machine in my brain and became 17 again. Even off camera. Like my girl was like, man, you play too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, to be serious. You know what I'm saying? So I actually became Cody Hendricks. I actually became him. So yeah. So and like I said, except for the. Sir, say that one more time.
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with your teenagers.
Yeah, no.
When you were dealing with your teenagers, were there any time when you Cody Hendricks dealing with your teenagers?
They will try, boy. They will try. Right, you.
So you flip that switch quick.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I ain't your friend.
Oh, exactly. I said, let's see how 17 you really are.
You got a 4-minute grace period. After that, I'm on your
ass. Wow, you just gave him 4? That's a lot.
And 3 of them minutes I had already passed, so you better hurry your ass.
Yeah, they know.
Oh my goodness!
So when you told your have you told your children that you were basically playing a teenager?
Something going on. Wait a minute.
Well,
all right. Can y'all hear me?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you hit as we call it in the Matrix.
What I was saying
there we go. We got you.
You in the Matrix.
Yeah, we got you now.
Blue pill me, please.
Red pill or the blue pill?
That was
like, so what was your kids' reaction to you playing
17. Dad, you know how old you
What were your
will.
kids' reaction
He
to
made me
you
feel bad.
playing a 17-year-old?
He made me feel bad. I'm like, damn, son, I ain't that old. I got to look at myself in the mirror. Damn, am I old? Am I But yeah, they more excited. They more excited. It be your own folks, man.
Lord.
But yeah, they like I said, my kids,
It be your own people.
Supporters, man. They support me in everything I do. They know every song that I've ever recorded, man. And by me being an actor, it's like bragging rights to them. Yeah, my dad on Amazon Prime. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like bragging rights to them. So it's like, man, they ready for me to do more, just like I am. They keep me going.
Let's go. How do your kids react to you being an actor?
Kids don't give a shit.
Man.
I'm like, hey, I was in the movie. Oh, Dad, you was in the movie? Really? How is it? You want to watch it? Yeah, not right now. Like, yeah, Dad.
I just love
Now-
how your answers are like
Right.
from left to right. It's like complete opposites.
Well, see, you got to think about it. He has teenagers. Mine's are young adults. They are already gone in a situation that they already live their life. So they don't do the shit that I do. They don't really, like, they know that I'm a rapper. My son said, Dad, you could have been famous. I said, well, son, I am famous. I said, I just lost the money part of it. We was riding down the street one day and somebody blew the horn. What's up, Tom Skip? I'm like, what's up, bro? My son like, who was that? I like, shit, I don't know. People speak to me all the time. I don't know who the fuck they are. So
They know me.
Right.
yeah, right. So that part of it, like, I love the fact that they know what I do, but what they do understand, I got everything that I'm building, I'm leaving to them and the grandkids. So I'm at a point where this will be generational wealth for my kids, something that I didn't know nothing about when I was coming up. So I'm trying to teach mine.
That's a good lesson.
Absolutely. Hello. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you remembered the button.
I have to do it.
That's what I'm
That's
talking
another
about.
applause right there, boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Get
goodness.
it.
Don't hit it again. Leave it where it's at.
like once I hit it once, I know where it's at this time. The next time we record this, I'm gonna forget it all over again.
I'm gonna be jacking up threes from the half court line, man.
You be like, bro, really?
That's what it feels like when I'm pressing when I press it, but like it's like I'm going jacking the three, hope it goes in.
Oh my goodness. So as we wrap this up, guys, I don't know. I had it in my head.
I'll take it from here. So I'm gonna bring up Memphis. So
That yeah. See, I channeled that to you. Look at that.
All right, sure you did. Sure. So like Atlanta's a major film hub. New Orleans is a growing film hub. Florida, they do their thing. So like, where do you, in the grand scheme of film, where do you see Memphis place in it?
Dude, Memphis is coming. Like, they're building a film studio here, what people don't really understand. They're building it right now. So it's going to be, Memphis is going to be one of those hubs, just like the Atlantas and the New Orleans and Florida. We're going to be one of those hubs too, as well.
Always, everything that go out in the world come through here. So by them building a movie studio, a production studio in one of the major hubs in the nation, man, this says a lot. This says a lot. And it's also gonna create more opportunities for a lot of, because Memphis has a lot of unseen and untapped talent. Why you think everything coming out of Memphis blowing up? Because, man, if like me, if I was
most definitely
in front of the right person, man, I'll take off. Take off, man. And it's the same as the kid up the street that's you know what I'm saying that's flipping up the street. They got man amazing acrobatics. The other guy across the street that's beating on the you know the barrels. You know what I'm saying. You know we got cooks. You know what I'm saying that's doing their thing out the house. You know what I'm selling plates at that man. And you got man. I'm talking about Memphis is full of talent. Full of talent. Full of talent, man.
Right.
I know I like that Netflix movie that came out about the sommelier. You know the wine dude.
Oh
black,
yeah.
That
was in Memphis. Yeah,
that was a good film.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
It's good. You probably enjoy that. I can't remember the name of it. I had to look it up or whatever.
I've never seen it, but my little cousins are in it. Ain't they crazy?
Yeah, it's on Netflix, and it's about
be
this
your own people.
It's this young cat, man. He want to be a wine like
what they do.
sommelier. Is that how you say it?
I don't know how you say it, but I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about because I actually was going to be an extra in that. So
I'm gonna look it up.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember the film.
And I saw this is like I think 2019 when it came out.
Oh, I thought it came out last year on Netflix.
No.
It's been out a while.
Oh, it has it?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's just.
Did you watch it last year?
Yeah.
Is that when you first watched it?
Well, I mean, I guess it had recently premiered on Netflix though.
Oh.
So like, I thought it was a Netflix exclusive. I thought it did the festival circuit and then went to Netflix.
Nah, like I don't know. I can't remember. I think Netflix already had it and it was filmed in Memphis.
Yeah.
Is what I think would happen.
Okay.
So
it was good.
You know what I'm
It was
saying?
good.
No, it's a lot of talent in Memphis. You know what I'm saying? It's phenomenal talent. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of to the point to where, like y'all said, Memphis has been slept on for years, and a lot of talent has had to leave Memphis.
Yes.
Yeah, just to get noticed. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that people are paying attention to Memphis more is a good thing for all of us. Kevin and myself are from Memphis, so you know we
Uncorked. That's the name of it.
Yeah, there you go.
Uncorked. Yeah,
it was pretty good.
it's actually
Had really good music.
It's actually a good movie though. You know what I'm saying? So
Wait, I thought you said you didn't watch it.
be quiet. It's a good movie because my cousins were in it. Okay.
There you go. I know where you were going with it.
Thank you, Sco. Like they trying to bust me out all the time.
I know. I think that ain't right, y'all.
I didn't say nothing. That was
just fat checking.
Hey, that's wrong.
I would like to thank Antwon Burchett and Big Skull for taking time out to talk to us today, and for Flo Gibbs for bringing everything together. Once again, thank you for listening to F It, We Will Fix It in Post.